Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I make cut style this bang wig. This is a highly requested video. Without wasting any time, I've already went and put my wig cap on the mannequin head. I have stretched out the wig cap, making sure it's laying flat. Then I'm going to need a pair of scissors. I use nylon thread because nylon thread doesn't snap. And then I'm also going to need my curved needles that I do the sewing with. And then I got all these pins so I can pin down the hair as well. These are the curved pins that I used, and I got everything at a fabric store. Then I'm going to show you, this is the closure I'll be using. It's a normal 4x4 closure. And then I'm also going to be using 3 bundles of hair. Apparently this is 12 inch, I'm not so sure, but that's what I'll be using. So I'm going to be pinning down my closure. Tie the hair up because normally the hair gets in the way and it's quite annoying. But this step is quite difficult. Like getting a closure to lay flat is quite difficult. You will be moving it a lot. So you want to pull on it and stretch it as far out as it can go. And then lay it flat. So you see the sides are already laying flat, but the back, like you will see, I do get bumps, and then I have to unpin and re-stretch until it lays completely flat. So here I am still fighting with the closure. I just pulled it a bit forward so it could lay flat, and I think I finally got it right, so we can move on to the next step. So you want to put thread on your curved needle. Then I am going to go through the lace of the closure and also the black part of my wig cap, just so I can sew that onto my wig cap. And then I'm going to go through both the lace closures lace and the wig cap again. And then you will see I'll do like a swirling movement. I'm just twisting the thread on the needle 3 times so it can create a knot and secure. I'm going to do this 3 or 4 times, and then I'm just going to continue to sew in the same manner. I practically use the same stitch throughout the closure. So after the first few stitches, I'm no longer creating the knots. I'm just going through the lace closures lace and then going through the cap as well, and then I'm just sewing regularly. As you can see, I'm no longer making knots, and I've sped it up because it's practically repetition. So I will continue until I reach the end of that closure, and I will curve with it and probably go like a third of the way, and then I'm going to stop and move over to the other side. As you can see, the closure is laying quite flat. There aren't any bumps, and that's important for your wig to lay flat. I've moved over to the other side. This is a fresh needle with fresh thread, and I'm just going to repeat what I did on the other side and sew all the way to the back, and then I'm going to link the 2 needles together. So now that I've reached the back, you can probably see I've got both needles there. I'm going to sew halfway with each until I reach that pink pin in the middle, and then I'm going to knot and just cut the excess thread and knot it together so it doesn't come undone. The next step is to take my weave track, and I am going to put a track right around the wig. This is to prevent, like, if the wind blows the wig, then I'm not going to see like where your tracks begin. This hides that, because literally it will be a track that can flip over and people won't see the secrets underneath. I'm going right round and I'm securing the wig weft with pins. You can use T-pins, but I couldn't find any, so regular pins will do. Then I'm going to take my scissor and I'm going to cut the weft where the pinning ends. Like, as soon as I reach the other side of the closure, I'm going to cut that off, and then I am going to start the sewing. And when I start, I go right through the weft and the wig cap so I can secure it onto the wig cap. Please pardon me, the thread was super long and I had to sort of control it so it doesn't get tangled. So for the first couple of times, I'm going through the weft. I'm also creating those knots by going around with the excess thread on the pin 3 times. It will create a knot and it will secure. Once I feel it's secure, I'm just going to go under the weft and through the wig cap, and then I'm going to knot it sometimes, but sometimes I won't knot it, just as long as my sewing is tight and I can ensure that my wefts aren't going to come loose. So I'm just going to repeat that motion until I go all the way around and my weft will be secured. This is still the same motion. I'm filming from a different angle, so maybe you can see better what I'm doing. Practically just going under the weft, through the wig cap, and then knotting it and moving on to the next stitch. This is what it will look like. So I'm just going to remove the pins and then we can move on. So I'm going to secure the weft just from side to side, and then I'm going to continue sewing. I'm going to be using the same stitch. Please remember to always go through your weft when you start at the beginning of the new weft, because if you don't do that, then your wig is definitely going to unravel. So I cut all these other parts out and I'm showing you this is midway through the wig, almost midway. And I am really just repeating the same process over and over, just securing the wefts, making sure my wefts are flat so my wig doesn't have any bumps. Fast forward and I've washed the wig, hair dried it and straightened it. I do have a video on that. So now I'm going to use clippers to cut the wig because I want that blunt look. So I'm just going to go in. Remember, you want to cut bit by bit. You don't want to cut big chunks off because if you lose the length, you can't bring it back. Because I already have a video on this, I'm going to do most of the cutting off camera and I'll come back and show you the finished product. So I've cut the wig off camera. I do have a video where I show you guys how I cut hair with the clippers. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the wig on, put my straightener on, and then style and cut the bangs for you on camera. So I'm putting the wig on. Then what you want to do is to comb the hair flat. As you can see, I have a guest behind me. So just comb the hair flat, make sure it lays flat, pull it forward, like secure it like a wig would normally sit on your head. Then I'm going to start combing the hair forward. So I'm going to just comb some of the hair from the closure forward, and then I'm going to take my straightener and just straighten it to the front. I'm not creating a bang yet, like I'm not curving the straightener. I'm just straightening the hair forward so the hair can sit in that position for me to be able to cut it. So you want to keep combing hair forward until you feel your bang is as thick as you want it. Then I'm going to group the hair together with my fingers, and I'm just going to snip at almost at the very bottom. You don't want to cut it too high up, otherwise your bang isn't going to look too nice. So I'm just grouping the hair together, and as you can see, I'm cutting quite low so it can give me a chance to trim the bang to the length I want it. I'm going to group the hair again, but then now I'm going to point my scissors in an upward direction, and then I'm going to take little snips just to reduce the length. This will also make sure my bangs are not choppy. So as you can see, the length is reducing and the bangs are they're starting to take shape. So I'm just going to keep repeating this process until I get to the desired length. So I've been cutting off camera, and as you can see, the length has reduced and I'm almost at the desired length. So I'm going to keep cutting in an upward motion until I get to where I want to be. So I think this is where I want to be bang wise, like it's not too long. And I'm going to section the hair, and I'm going to curve it a bit so it can lift and give it a bit of body, but you don't want to curve it too much. Again, I've sectioned the hair off, and I'm going to use my straightener to curve the bang. I haven't cut the lace of the closure yet, as you can see, but I'm just curving the hair so it can sit pretty nicely on my forehead. And that is it. The thing about bang wigs is you are going to have to play around with it until you feel it's sitting proper. So I'm just going to keep taking my scissors and cut and trim the hairs that I feel are standing out. So I took the wig off and I cut a bit of length off again, but this is how it looks. And now it has movement, it is sleeked down, and it's ready to wear. The final look. Generally quite happy with it, although it does have like a lot of flyaways at the top, but I think you guys get it. Just to share, this is the comb I use to create like spacing in between like the hair and the bang. So what I'll do is I'll just comb it through. See, it creates very nice lines. And it's a comb that I got from, I think, cosmetics. It had a tail, but it broke off. But that is basically my how to make a bang with a closure video. If you have any questions, please leave them for me in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, put on the notification bell, because I plan on releasing videos every week going forward. I'm going to try my best. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video.